Replacing the thread take-up spring on an industrial sewing machine. Welcome back to the Bost channel. Today, we are diving into a small but mighty component of your industrial sewing machine, the thread take-up spring. If you've ever struggled with thread tension, skipped stitches, or uneven stitching, this little spring might be the key to solving your problems. So, what exactly is the thread take-up spring, and why is it so important? The thread take-up spring is a small coiled spring located near the tension assembly on your sewing machine. Its job is to maintain consistent tension on the thread as it moves through the machine. It pulls the thread back after each stitch, ensuring there's no slack. Without this spring, it could lead to potential thread breakage. Think of it like a tiny helper that keeps your thread firm and ready for the next stitch. This small but crucial component ensures smooth stitching, and a broken spring can cause a lot of headaches. In certain instances, it may require replacement during routine maintenance. Changing a broken take-up spring on an industrial sewing machine involves a few steps. Here's a guide to help you through the process to get your machine back in top shape. Before we start, make sure you have these tools handy. A new thread take-up spring, make sure it's compatible with your machine model. A small screwdriver, usually a flathead, depending on your machine. Your sewing machine manual for reference. Now, let's walk through the replacement process step by step. Turn off and unplug your machine for safety. Locate the thread take-up spring. It's usually behind the main tension assembly. Loosen the screw that holds the tension assembly in place. And remove the components. Once this has been removed, loosen the small screw holding the tension post together, then remove the little shaft. Now, remove the damaged spring. Use tweezers or pliers if needed to carefully extract it from the tension assembly. Install the new spring. Position it in the same place as the old one and ensure it's oriented correctly. There's a slot in this shaft where the spring locks into. This ensures that you have the correct position. Place all parts back and tighten the screw in place once the new spring is in position. Then, lastly, only place the tension assembly back into the machine when the spring is in a 10 o'clock position. Ensure that the spring only moves 5 to 8 mm when stitching. If you are sure it's working correctly, you can then tighten the holding screw, which holds the complete tension assembly into the body of the machine.
Sequence of components. Machine models may vary.
This washer goes in first, we'll tension this, and then this one goes like that. We have a V inside there, then this one goes in like that. Goes in like that. This washer goes in that, like that. But make sure that the serrated part is to the outside tension knob on like that.
Run a few stitches on a scrap piece of fabric to test your machine and check the tension. If it's still not perfect, repeat the process until you get it just right. Here are a few troubleshooting tips. If your thread keeps breaking, the spring might be too tight. If the spring is too loose, the thread may not have enough tension. Always make small adjustments and test frequently. It's better to take your time than to overcorrect. And that's it. Replacing the thread take-up spring might seem like a small task, but it can make a huge difference in the quality of your sewing results. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips and tutorials. It's free. Thanks for watching. Please contact Quentin Bost for any advice or sewing machine requirements.